At first glance, this might appear to be something out of Africa. But believe it or not, these animals make their home right here in Central Texas. In northern Grimes County, Becky Simpson and her husband Mike have created an exotic game ranch where you can find several species of deer from around the world, and even zebras.
We've been to so many countries. We've been to, of course, quite a few of the African countries. We've been over there quite a few times, and we've been to, Mike has hunted Russia. I've never been to Russia. We went to China, we've hunted in Spain, we've hunted in Austria, we've hunted in Australia, we've hunted in New Zealand. We've just literally been around the world, hunting and meeting people.
The list of animals that call their 400-acre ranch home is extensive, to say the least.
We have like the fallow deer and the axis deer and the black buck antelope, and we have the zebra in here, and we have something called a Barasinga deer, which is a little more unusual. We have one Pierre David's deer. He's all by his little lonesome self. And then we have a few Sika deer. We also have Sika deer. And then in a pasture right behind this one, we have what we call the red deer pasture. Naturally, we have the red deer in there. We have aoudad sheep in there, and the indigenous whitetail. Along
with the abundance of wildlife, the Simpsons also have a showroom with over 300 mounted animals from their travels. Becky's husband Mike also happens to be a taxidermist by trade.
Mike started doing taxidermy work in junior high, actually. He did an article on it and sent off for the books and started there in junior high and went from there. And he does have some very, very interesting stories to tell. We've got mounts in here that are, 40 years old, 46 years old. We've got a lot of mounts in here that are really old. This is hunting over many years.
Although the Simpsons have spent a lifetime exotic game hunting, they've learned a thing or two about responsible tourism.
We have had a wonderful time hunting around the world, and my husband is, as you can tell, he is an excellent hunter, an excellent shot. He is very conservative, and he has taught our boys this as well. We would never, ever take a shot if we thought it was going to wound an animal and he would get away. If we can't get a good shot on an animal to take it down, we don't hunt it. We just let it get away no matter how big it is, because you don't do that. And with every animal they've taken, the Simpsons have made sure to make good use of what it provides. All the meat around the world, it's a rule, you have to bring out the meat and use it some way. If you don't use it, or you don't want to give it away to someone you know, then you give it to an orphanage or a Feed the Hungry program, or so. You don't waste meat. And if you come out with a leopard or something that people don't consume, you can have that, you give that to like where they feed their dogs and different things like that. So you just don't waste meat. It isn't ethical. Although there may be a dozen stories for every mount she has on her wall, don't ask Becky Simpson to pick a favorite. There's just so many things that, every hunt, if I really stopped and thought about them, I would find something that would be my favorite part and something that would be really wonderful. I like to meet people and see how they live and see how they think and what they do. There's so many things about every place that I've been that was just so fascinating.